Hello and welcome. Today, I'm super excited to introduce yet another incredible speaker, Carol Hampshire. And I am excited because Carol is way on the other side of the world right now in South Africa, correct?
That's
Yes,
right.
I love it. I love the digital marketplace because we can be connected to people all over the map. And me in little cold central British Columbia talking to someone in South Africa is pretty darn cool. So I'm going to just dive right in and ask some great questions and unpack some serious inspiration and to create some impact around here. So, Carol, hello. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a guest. I would love to hear if you could share with us who you are, what you do, and like really what does purpose mean for you? What is your higher purpose, both personally and professionally?
Hey, Katie, thanks so much for having me. I'm Carol, like you said, I'm in South Africa, the very bottom of Africa, and
Mm,
I design brands and websites. I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years, and
wow.
more specifically in the online space, the last about 12 years. So I've got quite a lot of experience in also um, branding others and helping others also discover their higher purpose. So we can chat about that later on because I'm very excited about this. This is a topic that is so close to my heart. But to answer your question, how did I find out what my purpose was? And the truth is, I feel like I'm always uncovering the onion skins and getting deeper and deeper the more I'm on the path of doing the things that I love. So I loved branding people. And then I loved doing web design. And then now I'm doing a lot more strategy. It's a tough question. And I know that a lot of your viewers are going to be asking themselves, what is my higher purpose? How do I find it? Why is it so easy for other people to seem to find it? Why can't I do that? How can I niche my service? What is going to light me up forever? And the truth is, it's not that simple. It's not that black and white.
Mm,
My feeling is that it happens over time. And the more we're on, like I said, the more we are doing the things,
yep.
I think the more it uncovers itself.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It totally does. It's like I've done this summit 3 times now, and the first time we did it, it was really about discovering that purpose isn't this one time thing that you find like
Mm.
as if it's apart from you. You got to go out and get it. It's actually what you said. It's what uncovering it, and little by little, we kind of get more clear about what that is. So yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Love
Now, I
that.
think that most people's big, their higher purpose, this is my opinion, is boils down to helping others. Like I really
Yeah.
genuinely feel that that's what it's about. How they do it could be various ways. You could be doing a summit. I've got people who are like clients that are therapists. I'm a brand designer. There are different ways that we can help people. So I think people shouldn't get confused about what's your purpose and how do you do it, because those might be
Right.
different.
That's true. That's true.
It's very different, but I think intrinsically at the bottom of everything, we want to help each other succeed. We want to help each other heal, succeed, and be better. And I think that's just a humanness that we all have. And I don't think we give it enough attention. We don't bring it to light as much as we want to. And I think we tend to cover that up saying, okay, well, what is my niche? My niche is helping people lose weight. My niche is being a money mindset mentor.
Yeah.
We can all kind of shift those niches a little bit, actually. um, like I can go from brand design into brand strategy, into mentoring other creative designers. But I'm still doing the same thing. I still have a
Right.
purpose to help others succeed, and that is not going to change. That drives me.
Mhm. It's almost like an alignment, right? There's a need, there's a gift, there's a
Mm.
calling, if you will, and you're just simply bringing it all together, and it creates a sense of fulfillment and a sense of purpose, a sense of like meaning in what you do because you're making that impact. I love that. um, So I guess my question would be, how did you, like branding, you talk about it like you're like, obviously you're very passionate about it. What was it that kind of made you go, ah, that's how I take what this is and put it in a business or a career? I feel like a lot of women out there are like, well, I'm really good at this, but I don't know how I would make money doing that. Not that it's about making money necessarily, but if they do feel that pull or that call to go out and create something, how do they go about doing that? And I guess by sharing your experience, maybe it'll give some ideas.
Maybe it will. So when I started branding and doing web design, I would just create a web design for people, but something was missing. And you
Mm,
speak about that soul alignment, right? That essence of a person. So I knew that before people started their brand or rebrand, there needed to be a little bit of a pause between that and a regrouping, a resetting of who they are. And in that space, there's a chance to really connect with the essence of who they are. And that, I believe, is really divinely guided. So that is comes from another higher purpose. I like it is so powerful.
yeah.
And I think what I do before we do the brand strategy, before we do anything, I want to just touch base with someone and help them really get grounded and get clear in what it is that sets them apart. Because the more I can do that, the more they can align to that, the easier it is, then I can brand them. And I can do that through messaging, their positioning, their niche, their brand colors. Like it goes into everything. It really sets them apart.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing is that the more I help people do that and uncover what really is their purpose, like they seem to just shine because they're kind of getting permission. In a way, I'm giving them permission to say, okay, like you can do this. You can now stop hiding and having
Yes.
that imposter syndrome. You actually, and I'm able to, I have this crazy gift. Like it's quite weird. I almost sometimes during sessions, I almost channel a message to people and I'll say, this is actually what you're meant to do here on earth. This is your purpose. And they sometimes like are in tears. They're like, oh my gosh, like you get it. Like, I can't believe it. So I think as soon as someone really aligns to that, because
Yeah.
we do have different purposes, like
Yes.
yours having a summit is helping people with their voices and give and amplifying other people's voices so that more people can be uplifted. Like I get that. That's a gift that you have. Mine is slightly different, but
Yeah.
we're still doing the same, ultimately the same thing. You're just doing it in a different way. And I
Right.
think the more people that get in line with who they are and what their purpose is, the more they shine
Yeah.
in the online space.
Yes, yes, yes. I just feel like I could jump out of my skin because I'm like, yes, everything you're saying is so, so true. I feel like when you talk about it, it's almost like when you're doing this for people, it's like you see in their soul and you're able to present what you see in such a beautiful way that is, like you said, very unique to them and what sets them apart. And that is an incredible gift. And you're right, we all have them. And that is why I wanted to do this whole summit, is because I believe we all have those gifts. It's just that a lot of people have them sitting on the shelf, collecting dust. They don't know what to do with them, so they keep them over there. And it sounds like you're right. We do we live out our purposes slightly differently, but it's the same concept. Like bring it out, like share it with the
Mm.
world. Like that creates beauty and impact. So yes, absolutely. Okay, I get a little animated and excited about this topic. Okay, so the next question I really want to ask is, how do you, I guess, handle the challenges of things that a lot of women are faced with? Let's say imposter syndrome is a big one. Fear, self-doubt, self-beat up, old wounds or trauma that pop up. All the
Mm.
things that once we're in the arena living out that purpose, we're confronted with these. And we have to
Mm.
take them head on because we're not sitting in the sidelines anymore. So how have you managed, and how do you manage those challenges now?
So like I said, I've been doing this for a long time,
Yeah.
and I'm just like everyone else. I still get disappointed. I still get what I feel like are failures in my business. But because I've had that longevity that is unusual in the online space, I'm a little less flustered by it. Like, it doesn't take me off my path too much. And that
Right.
is from experience. It doesn't, and also from obviously a lot of self work and development as well. I see everything as a learning, and I'm grateful for anything. So thankfully, not much goes too bad. Like, there's not months that are I don't get any income, for example, or I have no clients. I'm always in a state of abundance, but obviously things still happen. There's once or twice there's been a misalignment with a client, for example, but I'm absolutely easy to pick that up. I can pick that up pretty easy and deal with it without taking that on and without it becoming a story. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
there's fact. The fact is, myself and the client weren't aligned, for example, or anyone who's listening, something could have happened and it makes them feel like a failure. I'm very aware that that is just a feeling and it's not a fact. The fact is wrong timing, wrong client, wrong. These things happen, right? But it did take me quite a while to get there.
Yes.
So if
Mm.
someone is listening and they're still new in the online space, please don't take that seriously. I think the leaders are the ones that are least affected by things that happen, like these curveballs. So please don't take it to heart. It doesn't mean that you're in the wrong place. It doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. It just could be a test, and we get tested all the time.
Yes.
And it's help us become resilient. And I think the more resilient we become, the stronger we become as personalities. And that means a more magnetic personality. So in the online space, it's about how visible can you be? How magnetic can you be? And this is about being really confident in that space. So anything that's going to stop you from feeling confident is, you need to put that away, because that's you small. So be
Yes.
really, really mindful of that. Whatever you need to do to get back on track the quickest way possible, whether it's to reach out for help or just see it for what it is, get back on track ASAP.
Yes. I love how that is coming up as a fairly common theme in some of these conversations, how we attach a story to a feeling. You know, you get rejected or you get a comment on a Facebook page or whatever it might be, where someone just calls you out, accuses you of something. And isn't it fascinating how, for all of the thousands of people that are supportive and love you and yada, 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 one person can just tear you right down. And so, but we have the authority to determine, okay, wait a second, do I want to believe that to be true? I think we
Yeah.
forget just the ability, but it does take work. It's like a muscle. Yeah. To be able to say, okay, I don't need to take this to heart. Like you said, I don't need to make it about me and the fact that I might be screwed up or broken. It's just getting curious about what happened, like what went wrong, what that kind of thing. So thank you for sharing that, because that's definitely, it ties right in with a lot of the conversations. And I think that's a really important point. The next question I have for you, you've spoken into this a little bit, and I love to go deep because I really want women who are watching, I want you to understand that your purpose is, it's a seed inside of you already. It's not way out there. And your why is what waters and fertilizes and grows that seed. So Kara, what is your why?
My why is my son, actually.
Okay.
So part of why I do that is actually for him. So I was a single mom, and there was a time when I was just kind of going, along my business, very easy, fell pregnant, and I turned out to be in a situation where I was going to be a single mom. My son is now 23 years old, well, nearly 23 years old. So
Wow.
I think as a mom, that triggered something in me. It woke up that seed, right? That seed that you talk about. I just had a drive to do something more. And the situation made my why my freedom. I wanted to have the freedom in my life.
Yes.
Woke that up. Like, I have the ability to be financially free, location independent, being able to travel. Like, I have the ability to do that, and having him work that seed up. So it took a while, obviously, for me to nurture that seed, but I do know that's my why. I want him to feel free, and I want to feel free as well. And I've realized throughout my life that is my why has always been freedom. So I knew that I couldn't work for someone. For example, I knew after working in the corporate world for a couple of years that was not for me. Hence, I started my own business, right? So all these signs were there for me. So my why is definitely freedom. And actually, I'm going to expand on that a little bit deeper.
Sure, I love that.
As you said, I do branding. So I've realized that from all the thousands of people that I've worked with, they're basically I find there's 4 kind of archetypes that people have. And I've categorized them into 4 names. And one is called the boho chic. And the boho person is whose core purpose and why is freedom. She wants that freedom lifestyle. She wants to have the lifestyle that makes her feel safe, because it comes from a feeling of feeling unsafe, and hence the safety. So yours, Katie, could be, and I just as we kind of going back and forth here, could be what we call the rebel. I like to call the rebel vixen. The rebel vixen is someone who has got an incredible voice to share. She is all about innovation, doing things differently, wanting to put a voice into people. It's just someone who's going against the grain, like wanting others to think a different way. What if there's a different way to look at this? What if there's a different way to see things? Hence the conversations, hence the enlightening of groups of people as well. So I'm doing a little branding on you. Could be right, could be wrong, but it's beautiful to see how we can pick up some of the core essence of who people are. Does it make sense to you?
It's beautiful. I feel like you're looking into my soul right now. And I love that. I get to experience your gift right here in the interview. And I love that, because being able to be seen, to be on the receiving end of that is a beautiful thing. I feel like a lot of, I guess I can only speak for myself, although I've spoken to a lot of women about this, but that feeling of being invisible, of being misunderstood, of being unseen, can be very isolating, and we can internalize that and feel like we need to pull back or retreat and hide. And what you've just spoken into is, the voice that I finally found is to be utilized to bring out the voice of others. So it's bang on, and I'm grateful. So thank you for taking a peek into my soul. I love that. It's great.
If anyone's listening, there's a free quiz on my website.
Okay.
If you want to go there, it's completely free. You can kind of get a sense of where anyone else is and what the other 4 archetypes are. And Katie, that's exactly what I was going to say to you. Perhaps in your background, your voice wasn't heard. You felt like it was. I'm not saying it was. You might have felt that you weren't heard. You might have felt that you were invisible. So with mine, probably mine is, I feel unsafe. I need to create safety in my life.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing. That's how sometimes our traumas, or perceived traumas, are really gifts into what it is our purpose could be. So you feeling like you didn't have a voice or was invisible is actually the gold nugget that's now come out and made your purpose. So anyone who might be still in a place of trauma or suffering, please know that is perhaps your calling is right in there. Like it's it's the spirit is kind of working through you in order to really heal you and help you support others through that as well.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. That's so powerful. Okay, so what is one action item? You mentioned a free quiz, so that might be it. But what can our audience do today to move out of that sort of dreaming and idea mode into action and really starting the domino effect of really leaning into what they get to do? What would be something you might recommend? Nothing complicated, like really simple.
Not complicated.
Yeah.
First thing is that it's very hard sometimes to discover what your purpose is. Sometimes someone needs to tell you and feedback. So I'm going to ask anyone who is perhaps wondering, ask your clients or your friends or family, what is the common feedback you get from them?
Yeah.
Because they will tell us you're a great listener, or you have a good ability with this, or I love the way you do that. Even it's being an incredible parent. It doesn't matter that everyone's got something that's really special. You'd be surprised. I ask this question to my clients quite a lot, and it really stumps them because they suddenly realize that the people in their lives are saying the same things repeatedly, but they're not actually hearing it.
That's
and
true.
For the first time, they're able to say, wow, maybe I am ... Maybe I do have a gift of, maybe I should do this. So it's beautiful to open up that conversation because it can lead further. For example, someone who is like yourself wants to support others with their voice, maybe do a summit, do a podcast, help people find their voices. So the one thing that you can do in a quick nutshell, go and ask people what it is they think that your gift is. And you'd be surprised that your people in your world will see that, I think, easier than you will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
And be receptive to it. Like really take it in and allow yourself to believe it. Because we tend to be like, oh, thanks. Like, that's nothing, you know? Exactly. No, you get to embrace it.
Women seem to do that all the time. We just kind of push that away. All those compliments, we push it away. I don't know why, but I'm going to just ask your audience to take it in, breathe it in.
Breathe it in. I love that. So can you tell us a little bit about your free gift? What are you offering to our audience today?
I'm offering you and the audience a brand strategy workbook. This is going to help you get clear on your purpose, your why. It's going to just, I go through my 4 phases of creating a pure essence. I call it the Pure Essence Framework. And that's to really get your brand from the inside out. So before you brand yourself, get in connection with your core, with your essence, with your purpose, with your why. And this workbook will help you get there. And then on that, you can build up. You can then get your messaging, you can get your branding, and then your marketing. So those are the 4 key areas. And I know that everyone who is listening is going to really enjoy working through that in their own time as well.
Wow, that's so wonderful. Thank you. Talk about getting some clarity right out of the gate, you know? It's beautiful. Yeah. Thank you for that, Carol. Okay, and last, before we wrap up, I would love to know if you have anything on your heart, any words of wisdom you want to just wrap everything up with.
I think that's a good question. I think I'm stumped for the first time. I think my closing statement is just that it's very difficult to see yourself sometimes. It is extremely difficult. So if someone is really struggling with their purpose and their why, please reach out somehow and get support, because working with someone, even if it's a good friend, even if it's someone or a business bestie online, or hiring someone, just to help unlock that, because I can promise you that as soon as you've unlocked that next level, it really does open the gates for new ideas, new clients, new income, new abundance. And most importantly is the connection with yourself, because we're talking about everyone else, but really the most important connection is with yourself. And if you can say to yourself, wow, I'm really good at doing this thing, that is confidence. And confidence is the most sexiest thing in the world in all ways.
Mhm. Absolutely. It's like the gift. If someone gives you a gift, are you going to hide it in shame, or are you going to just
Yeah.
bring it out and be really happy and proud? So yeah, thank you. That's beautiful. I love how you said that. So thank you to all of you for listening. Obviously, this is one of many extraordinary interviews. All of our speakers were handpicked very carefully. You can see why Carol is such a great addition to this panel. So keep watching with all of the golden nuggets that are going to be shared. And Carol, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We had to do a little bit of juggling to get the time worked out, but we did it. And I'm
We
just so
did.
grateful. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much for having me, Katie.
Absolutely.